Yeah, I did want to talk about LSU. I wanted to quickly talk about this here. A lot of things have changed over the past couple of hours. Can you recall, other than I guess Bill Belichick in North Carolina, can you recall any other time where in a coaching decision or administrator decision, a governor has been this flagrantly out in front about wanting to participate in the process?
I mean, involved, yes, but like this forward facing out in the media, I mean, not really. I remember the governor heavily involved in trying to like keep Rich Rod at Michigan or at
Sure,
West Virginia, but
sure.
not like decide who the next coach is, kind of fire the coach, fire the AD publicly. It's pretty incredible.
I can definitely recall times when governors and also senators get involved with conference realignment, when schools are trying to create their pitch decks and present to different leagues. It's pretty common for politicians to be involved in that process or to serve as boosters. There were certainly Tennessee politicians that were involved in trying to promote Memphis over lots of different times as they tried to join the Big 12. Like I know Mitt Romney was involved with some of BYU's Big 12 pitches. But these were not things where you'd call a gigantic press conference and cut a wrestling promo, basically, or trying to very publicly get involved in the nitty gritty. That is, of course, exactly what's happening here with LSU. And astute college football historians or political historians or my brothers and sisters who have spent time in South Louisiana will tell you this is not unique to Louisiana. And many of the things that we both love and maybe don't love as much about LSU football can be tied to the Kingfish himself, Mr. Governor Huey P. Long, who the biggest, larger than life political figure in Louisiana history. But like that was the governor firing the coach, strolling onto the field, directing the band, writing the fight song, like very, very, very involved. Sometimes made good decisions. Saturday night games look great. I think the LSU's marching band looks and sounds wonderful. Some of those decisions not so great, and that seems to be directly what's happening here with Governor Landry and LSU. It's a little bit funny because he did not go to LSU. He is a Louisiana graduate and has been very publicly involved in LSU athletics this term already, from bringing in an imposter tiger after veterinarians at LSU said, maybe let's not bring Mike the Tiger to these kind of things. It's not really a great environment for live tigers. For yelling at LSU women's basketball for not standing for the national anthem because LSU basketball was in the locker room during the national anthem, like most basketball teams were, complaining about raising ticket prices, all of these things. The I think the I'm probably going to write about this a little bit more tonight. You know, once we're all done here and I put my girls to bed and have some dinner, I'm probably going to write a little bit about LSU for tomorrow's extra points. I think that I think it's important to reiterate is that having an extremely active, very conservative governor being really involved in this search is not something that's going to scare that many head coaching candidates. Uh, Most white head coaches of college football coaches are much closer politically to to Governor Landry than not, um, and understand the passion that comes with being in the SEC. Where I feel quite confident you're going to have some hangups here is with whoever replaces Scott Woodward, the current athletic director at LSU, if that ever ends up happening. I mean, it was pretty thoroughly eviscerated in public by the sitting governor, but Scott's still there and he has a big buyout and he's hired multiple national championship winning coaches at LSU. But whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, nobody wants to feel like they're not really in charge if they're being put in charge of something. Or how can I be sure that somebody who's not accountable the same way that I am isn't going to blow me up on local news 4 hours later? If there's an AD opening at LSU and at Penn State, a lot of experienced, qualified people are going to go, I'd rather go to Penn State, or I'd rather go to USC, or I'd rather go to Utah and not have to deal with this particular situation. And that, I'm sure LSU is going to get on paper a very qualified coach, but like, don't be surprised if the governor's very public, aggressive posturing shifts this coaching search in a meaningful way. Not ideal.